athletes participating in this year's tournament are taking home some pretty awesome souvenirs.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. The signature ball program is a real favorite of all the students, and so it's a really fun opportunity to provide signature softballs and bag tags this year to those kids, so that when they look back in the future years, they can see their teammates, their family members, their coaches, their teachers that have signed. Remember the hard work, dedication that they've put into their sport, and continue to strive as young adults into their future. And remember that hard work does get you somewhere, and if they put their mind to it, they can certainly accomplish great things.
Good evening. Welcome to Iowa Central Field at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament, which is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. I'm Emery Songer alongside Dar Danielson. We're going to have you a Class 2A semifinal here between the Central Springs Panthers and the Iowa City Regina Regals. Before we go any further in previewing the matchup, let's go ahead and go to our public address announcer for the lineups for both teams.
And the assistant coaches for the visitors from Iowa City Regina.
Yep.
Number 1, Natalie Gann. Number 6, Harper Irwin. Number 14, Reese Litton. Number 20, Malia Persley. Number 21, Ella McLaughlin. The assistant coaches, Lindy Van Teeger, Isabel True, and Craig Stratton. Now let's meet the starters for the Regals. Leading off, right fielder number 7, Avery Keys. Batting second, center fielder number 11, Danny Laughlin. Batting third, the catcher number 8, Courtney Kessler. Batting fourth, the pitcher number 29, Emma Neibauer. Batting fifth, the shortstop number 9, Gabby Supel. Batting sixth, the DP number 22, Kennedy Connor. Batting seventh, third baseman number 42, Lacey Chambliss. Batting eighth, first baseman number 16, Jillian Panther. Batting ninth, left fielder number 12, Morgan Gann. And the flex player at second base, number 5, Allie Clark. Head coach for Iowa City Regina is Angela Kessler. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Central Springs Panthers. Number 9, Ellie Ryan. Number 10, Cameron Cobb. Number 11, Casey Crum. Number 21, Hannah True. Number 26, Zelia Dahlstrom. Number 27, Aubrey Haste. Number 82, Allie Schiff. The assistant coaches, Seth Thompson and Anna Dietrich. Now let's meet the starters for the Panthers. Leading off, center fielder number 8, Kaylee Fessler. Batting second, shortstop number 17, Ashlyn Haste. Batting third, the catcher number 12, Madison Kelly. Batting fourth, first baseman number 7, Lizzie Hammond. Batting fifth, right fielder number 18, Aurora Steepleton. Batting sixth, second baseman number 15, Abby Pate. Batting seventh, the DP, number 25, Charlie Fessler. Batting eighth, left fielder number 4, Zari McDonough. Batting ninth, third baseman number 14, Carly Orion. And the flex player, the pitcher, number 16, Cooper Clausen. Head coach for Central Springs, B.J. Fessler. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the area in front of home plate.
Championship, and they are the favorite, but that Wilton team, that pesky Wilton Beaver team that just absolutely obliterated the number 2 team in the state in North Union, who only lost 3 games all year coming in, 14-1 in 6 innings, and they got that win. And they are sitting here waiting for the winner of this one for the state title, which will be played Friday at 5 p.m.
And you can't look ahead in this game to the title. You know, we say that, it's easy to say that, but you got to come out and go do your business and get it done. And we'll see if Regina can crack the pitching code here.
Cooper Clausen about to deliver the first pitch of the ball game. And she fires it in there. It's just low. 1-0. Avery Keys took that pitch. 5:35 p.m. Just 5 minutes off the pace here after, we're not doing too bad here.
I was going to say, every game I did on this field Monday ran behind. So
yeah, once you get behind, it's hard to catch back up, that's for sure. So this field's been doing pretty good. Is on the second pitch, ground ball, second base. Abby Pate makes the play 4-3. Let's check out the numbers for your starting pitcher, Cooper Clausen. She's a junior, 26 appearances coming into the state tournament. 131 innings of work, just a .59 earned run average, 214 strikeouts, and just 23 walks in those 131 innings of work. And I can tell you this, Dar, those are imposing numbers, but they're very similar to the numbers we saw from the starting pitcher for North Union, Emily Meyer, and she ended up giving up 14 runs to Wilton. So anything can happen, and that's why they play the games. As this first pitch in the dirt to Danny Laughlin, she is the number 2 hitter, 1-0. For Laughlin on the season, she comes in batting at a .522 clip in the 2-hole.
2 for 4 in the quarterfinal with 2 RBIs and a double. So she
literally has not struck out once this season. And that's why, because she just puts the bat on it and just tries to leg it out. That time it was foul. Okay, so you play a full season, over 30 games, and if you're looking at the pitch from Clausen, ground ball, left side, fielded. They're going to go to first for the sure out, and that's a good idea. 5-3 as Laughlin moves to second.
On the wristbands, I was just going to say, in the Valley game, we're laughing because they call it into the catcher, and she does the old fingers down to tell the pitcher.
Wow.
I mean, you don't see much of that anymore, but
not at this level.
Coach Bakey's been in it for 26 years, and he uses it, and whatever works, I guess, to get the signals in there.
And why not,
yeah.
Honestly? I mean, it's kind of traditional, and I think it puts the catcher and pitcher more on a rapport because they're communicating. But at least with this system, everybody kind of knows what the situation is. Either way, Clausen now with 2 outs and 1 runner on second. First pitch is low and outside, 1-0. The defense behind Clausen for Central Springs, Zari McDonough in left, Kalia Fessler in center, Aurora Steepleton in right, Carly Ryan at third, it's Ashlyn Haft at short, Abby Pate at second, Lizzie Hammond at first, Madison Kelly behind the plate for Cooper Clausen, the junior right-hander. The 1-0. That ball hammered out into left center field. This is a long run, reaching up and making a catch. Kalia Fessler. Wow, that is a huge play because Regina was a couple of inches away from taking an early lead on one of the top pitchers in the state.
And she almost overran it, too. She overran it a little bit and caught it a little behind her in the glove.
Instead, through a half inning of play, no runs across for Regina. Central Springs will come to the plate when we come back here on the Girls Union Network powered by the Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. The Panthers of Central Springs coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first. 32-1's the record. Who will they face? The senior, Emma Niebauer. Niebauer on the season comes in 23 games, 135 2/3 innings of work, the workhorse of the pitching staff, a 2.48 earned run average, 122 strikeouts, so just under 1 strikeout per inning, but only 20 walks as well. Has really been solid in that regard. 15-7 is her record, and they're just asking her to be solid, pitch to light contact, and see if the defense can work their magic as Kalia Fessler will lead off, fresh off of making that tremendous catch in center field, and as Dar Danielson, who is to my left mentioned, almost took a step too far, but was able to reach out, make the adjustment, and make the catch. And head coach B.J. Fessler, I think, would have given her more guff than anybody on the team if she would have missed that one.
Overrun that and dropped it, yeah. She had 1 hit and run scored in the quarterfinal.
First pitch to her. outside, 1-0. Yeah, you don't want old Pop down there in the third base coach's box having to give you a what for messing up something in center field before you're at bat. So Fessler digs in. That's off the outside corner, 2-0. Fessler's season to this point, .536 the average, 8 home runs, 12 doubles, 43 runs driven in, all before the state tournament. And as you mentioned, as that ball crushed out into center deep, going back, looking up, it's a gunner, leadoff home run, Kalia Fessler, 1-0 Central Springs.
Well, it seemed like it took a little while. It wasn't for sure going out there, but man, made it over the fence.
And that is home run number 9 on the year for Kalia Fessler. So she makes a great catch in center. She immediately comes up. Just another day at the office. She is not your typical left-handed batter. In softball, a lot of slappers when you get to this level, and they're dangerous, but give me the girl that can hit it over the fence.
And what happened to the days when you put that slapper or just get on base to lead off? Now you got the power hitters who lead off now.
And then you got the slapper in the 2-hole.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thinking. You can't pitch around them so much, but
they have protection either direction. Either way, how about that for the first batter of the game? First pitch misses inside to Ashlyn Haft. This is weird because in this 2A bracket, there hasn't been a lot of teams laden with a lot of senior leadership. The top 3 batters in this Central Spring order are seniors, which is, it's strange to say, but it is kind of a rarity to see that many seniors stacked up in a batting order together. They do have a few freshmen later on that we'll get to, but they are chock full of upperclassmen on this roster for Central Springs. As this ball high in the air, under it is Danny Laughlin. She'll move with it as the wind kind of pushes it a little more in. Wind not blowing nearly as much as it was earlier today. That's a fly out to center for the first out. Haft, by the way, came in on the season from the state tournament batting .451 with 7 home runs and 8 doubles. These are extra base hitting machines at Central Springs.
And we talked about, I think it was Jen that did color with me the other day, said you get that first hit or a home run and then everybody thinks they can get up there and hit the pitcher.
Off speed to Madison Kelly, the third senior in the order. 1-0, missing high. Kelly, .460 the average. How about 7 homers for her, too? Walked 15 times and struck out only 3 times all year. She takes a ball inside, and that is on 87 at-bats coming into the state tournament. Also had 30 runs driven in, 10 doubles, and a triple for good major. She was hit by twice as many pitches as she struck out. That's hammered out into right center field. That one carrying all the way back and gone. They are not messing around. Madison Kelly, opposite field, 8th homer of the year, and just like that, 2-0 Panthers.
And Kruger Seeds extra base hits on both of those. We got to remember that.
Nice call there, Dar. Kruger Seeds extra base hits, brought to you by our friends at Kruger Seeds. Learn more at KrugerSeeds.com as a quick meeting.
Well, you usually don't get 2 home runs in the first inning, and you'd have to pull out the Kruger Seed extra base hit, but you see that one there leaving the yard.
Angela Kessler is aided by Lindy Van Teeger, Craig Stratton, and Isabel True are her assistants, but now it's just a matter of going out there, calming everybody down. This game's not over. It's the first inning. Locate and try not to throw meatballs to the top 3 that as we have learned here over the last 5 pitches.
Yeah, the bad news is you can give up 2 home runs. The good news is you're in the bottom of the first inning, and it's real early in this ball game.
Regina scored 6 runs in their win over Van Meter. It was a 6-5 nail-biter to get themselves into this game. But Central Springs jumps out early with 2 homers in the inning, and the out was a hard fly ball. Ashlyn Haft had just gotten underneath as that inside. And that's the tough part if you're Niebauer, is you're not finding the corners yet. Because, if you're getting ahead of hitters, you don't have to feel like you have to come into the middle of the plate at all. As the 1-0, and that does catch the inside corner. 1-1 to Lizzie Hammond. She's a junior playing first base today. On the season, .395 the average with 3 homers, 8 doubles, 29 runs driven in. She also walked 15 times, struck out just 12 times, and she hits this a little blooper into shallow center. Long run, nice catch made by Danny Laughlin for the second out.
Yeah, that was in the no man's land where the shortstop's going out, but it made it a little easier for the center fielder, and she made a great play to go down and get it.
Laughlin, as mentioned, in center. She is surrounded by Morgan Gain over in left, Avery Keys in right. Lacey Chambliss plays third with Gabby Supel at short. Allie Clark at second with Jillian Panther at first. Courtney Kessler catches. Emma Niebauer, the right-hander, is the pitcher. First pitch, liner into left field. That is a base hit for Aurora Steepleton. And she is aboard with 2 away. And that'll bring up Abby Pate, the junior. Pate comes in, batting .344 with 4 homers, 8 doubles. They all have home runs. 12 walks and only 5 strikeouts for Pate, batting in the 6th hole.
She was 2 for 3 in the quarterfinal with 2 runs scored and an RBI.
That's your 6th hitter.
Yeah.
12-5 walk to strikeout ratio in the 6th hole. This team on an offensive juggernaut of epic proportions, and they have a girl that has a sub .6 ERA coming into the tournament. And, threw a no-hitter in the first game. Swing and a foul back, 0-1. I mean, they don't play the games on paper, Dar, but on paper, that's
good.
That's insane. The 0-1. Beautiful time for the changeup. Had her way out in front, and it's 0-2. Steepleton at first. By the way, she came in with a .382 batting average, 3 homers, 4 doubles, and 29 runs driven in. She also has 9 steals, by the way, so keep an eye on her over there and see if she's in motion here on this 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. The pitch from Niebauer on the way. Way outside. No runner movement. Pate takes a ball, 1-2. They walk a lot. They don't strike out a whole lot. I'm flabbergasted at these numbers. 2-0, they lead it here, bottom of the first. Regina trying to limit the damage. The pitch. Off the fists, fouled off the screen. We'll do it again.
Niebauer starting to find a little bit. You saw with that change and then mixing it up, in and out and low. She just, with the way things started, kind of didn't get quite yet in her rhythm.
Out of the top of Iowa Conference East Division. Ground ball foul. Just past the extended foot of B.J. Fessler, coaching third base. You'd love to jump out to 4-5. I mean, if you give, Cooper Clausen any run support, you feel good, but you can get 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 runs early in the game, you're going to feel real good. As this ball off the fist, tough play, shortstop ranging over. Gabby Supel makes the play to get out of the inning, but not back-to-back, but 2 homers in the inning. Solo shots by Kalia Fessler and Madison Kelly, and after 1 inning of play, Central Springs leads Iowa City Regina 2-0. We'll head to the second when we return, live right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is Cheerson. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
2-0 as we start the top of the second inning. It'll be Gabby Supel, Kennedy Connor, and Lacey Chambliss due up against Cooper Clausen, who did give up her first hit of the tournament in the first inning, but left the runner at second. It's 1-1 on that pitch as it misses. Gabby Supel is a sophomore playing shortstop today. Just made the nice running catch up the middle. .344 her average entering the game. 6 doubles and a homer with 19 runs driven in heading into this tournament. The pitch. Swing and a miss, slow and inside. That's a good spot. Even if she makes contact, it's going to be soft contact. Head coach Angela Kessler down there in the third base coach's box says, get those hands around. One and two. Clausen wearing the visor, looks in, sets in, fires. Popped up. This could be a trouble spot. Who's it going to be? The communication is the shortstop, Ashlyn Haif. We talked about it in the last inning. We saw a great catch by the center fielder Laughlin diving in because they're coming inward and they can see it. That's sometimes a really tricky play.
She did a great job on the transition from the infield to the grass. She stumbled just a bit, but it's kind of like in the house you go linoleum to carpet, you hit that, transition, but she got it and still was able to keep her feet because she could have caught her cleat and fell over there.
And I'm surprised that one of the outfielders didn't call her off there because they both looked like they were in position, but that just tells you the communication that they have and the trust they have in one another out here at Central Springs. I mean, they hit well. We talked about that. They have a great pitcher, but the defense really is an underrated aspect of their team. If you look at the fielding percentage, they're among the leaders in fielding percentage as well in Class 2A. As it's 1-0 here to Kennedy Connor, a freshman designated player. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
And some of that is because you talked about you're going to get a soft hit or not clean contact when it's coming at those infielders. So you got to be ready to charge it or be there to make the play.
309 the average for Connor on the season. 11 walks and 14 strikeouts. Those 11 walks, second most on the team coming in.
That one hit her.
And it did hit her.
Yep.
So she is hit. That's the second time this season she has reached on a hit by pitch.
She was 3 for 3 with a double in that quarterfinal round, and now she's on base here again.
Yeah, she's feeling that a little bit on the elbow there.
Yeah. It looked like almost a changeup that came in
And Allie Clark, the flex player, is going to come in. Connor is the designated player, so she can be flexed in and out at will.
You wonder if you kind of hit on the funny bone there where you're just, stinging a little bit.
Yeah, getting on base is that's only the 6th time somebody's been hit by Cooper Clausen this year in 133 innings plus, almost 140 innings. So she doesn't do that often, but Allie Clark, that is a handy thing that she can go rest her elbow now, and Allie Clark can run. Clark is playing second base and is being hit for by Connor in the game. So Clark out at first. First pitch is a bunt, and it trickles foul coming from Lacey Chambliss, yet another freshman. So imagine being a freshman and coming up and facing a pitcher like this in a state tournament game. But Allie Clark, just 3 stolen bases, so does have some speed, but they're not an aggressive base running team. There's only about 12 stolen bases on the year for the entire squad for Iowa City Regina. Chambliss, we'll get to her numbers momentarily, batting in the 7-hole. No 1 count against her with 1 out and a runner on, and she takes up high. Pump fake by Madison Kelly. Runner back, plenty of time. Chambliss, 224 the average, 20 strikeouts with 9 walks. She does have a couple of doubles to her name right here. She shows bunt again, lays it down. This one is fair. Picked up, throw to first base in time by Carly Ryan, but the job is done by Lacey Chambliss. Sacrifice bunt. It goes 5-4 as it was Abby Pate covering at first base, so 2 away, and Clark moves into second.
Yeah, and if you can get some kind of manufacturer and get that runner in, you have the lead here. And again, we talked about 2 home runs early, but it is early.
Yeah, but I mean, like you're talking about, a second inning, if you can even cut this lead in half, that's a win for you at this point to score a run off Cooper Clausen. And you'd love to do that. This is the 2nd straight inning that they've started the game with that they've had a runner in scoring position. And it takes just a clutch hit. Can Jillian Panther be that clutch hitter here early in the game? 1-0 to her, the junior playing first base.
1 for 2 in the quarterfinal.
328 was her average. As she swings and misses that, 1-1. Panther, just 2 extra base hits. They were both doubles this season. Panther also was the number 2 pitcher for this squad when they needed to utilize them, when Emma Niebauer needed a rest or a break, especially during double headers, as there's a strike over the outside edge. And it's 1-2 to Panther with 2 outs and a runner on second. Winner of this game will take on the Wilton Beavers, 5 o'clock on Friday in the Class 2A state title game. The pitch popped up, right side. It's a long run, but a foul ball as Steepleton tried to give it a ride and could not quite do so. We'll do the 1-2 again.
She was just trying to direct it to right, with the right fielder playing way off there.
And if that lands, that's a run.
Yeah.
So any way to get on base for sure.
I think the wind might
died down a little bit, but it is still a factor. It is definitely blowing between 8-10 miles an hour pretty steadily, and it definitely is pushing those balls in the air. As that just misses low. Good take by Panther, and it's 2-2. working the count here against a really tough pitcher. He's got that big right arm sleeve, keeping that arm warm. Looks into the dugout, gets the signal of what pitch. Got the signal. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A little drop on that one. Excellent work, and they get out of it. Just a hit by pitch, but nothing across. Cooper Clausen gets out of it, and Central Springs has a 2-0 lead heading to the bottom of the second. You're watching it on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
It is the bottom of the second inning, and it is top seed Central Springs back to the plate with their bottom third of the order. Designated player Charlie Fessler will lead off, followed by another freshman, Zari McDonough, junior Carly Ryan. The three scheduled batters to face Emma Niebauer.
Fessler 1 of 2 with the double in the quarterfinal.
Trying to do what the other Fessler did in first time up, but she will not. Instead, ground ball over to short. Tough play for Supler. Throw is in time by a step. Nice stretch over there by Panther at first. One pitch, one out on the 6-3 ground out. The other Fessler, of course, Kalia Fessler in the leadoff spot, hit a solo shot to lead off the ball game. So this Fessler, a freshman who, as you see here, is a good play by Supel. She was hitting .321 and still in limited action. Had a homer, 6 walks, and just 5 strikeouts. As this pitch, a little blooper out in the left field, just outside Supel's outstretched glove. They'll get it in quickly. Will Gahan from left field. And Zari McDonough on the first pitch bloops a single, and she is aboard. She is a freshman as well. She's had an interesting year. Zari McDonough, .400 average. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. One of the few players to actually strike out more than she walks in this lineup, but still had 4 doubles, a triple, and 20 runs driven in from that spot in the order. And now the number 9 hitter, first pitch swinging, cues it foul, does Carly Ryan, 0-1. Ryan, a junior, comes in batting at .324. 7 walks, just 2 strikeouts, playing over 2/3 of their games. 6 doubles, and 15 runs driven in. She played 68 at-bats, and she has 2 strikeouts in the 9 slot.
1 for 2 in the quarterfinal. Yeah, I think quality at bats is what Andy Pollock calls them. There appears to be a lot of those in there when you don't strike out a lot. And you know,
all the way through. I mean, it's not just one section of the order that's like that. It is 1 through 9. Showing bunt, laying it down. This is a good one. Only one play. It's to first. They get the out. They'll throw behind the runner at second, but she's back in there safely. Sacrifice bunt. Goes 1-3. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Kalia Fessler. And that's the idea, is we have one base runner on, and we have a player that just hit a home run first time up. Let's just try to move that runner into a scoring position so a double or even a single might have a chance to score.
Yeah, can you do it all? Can you take a walk? Can you not strike out? Can you hit a homer? Can you hit a bunt? You know, could you bunt it?
Everybody does what they're asked on this team as the first pitch is fouled off the screen, 0-1. As mentioned, Kalia Fessler, first time up, yacked out her 9th homer of the year. And that was a no-doubter to deep center field. And it was no doubter where it landed. It just felt like it was fighting the wind the whole time.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just
sailing.
like slowly pushing away, and the outfielder still was kind of looking at it, and just, yeah, then boom, it went over the fence.
Backstop Courtney Kessler wanted to run out there and talk to Niebauer about how they might want to approach. You got to remember, first base is open here, and you did get an out with Haft first time up, so maybe you be a little bit more careful here with Fessler, but we'll see what they do.
So keep it away or in.
Here's the 0-1. It's in the dirt. Good job. Throw behind the runner's not going to be in time. Aggressive play by Kessler, but a good job just knocking it down Fessler batting, Kessler behind the plate. Fessler coaching one side, Kessler coaching the other side.
Yeah, it's
a lot of Esslers out here.
Yeah. You switch the F and the A or F and the K, and you could.
And you don't know who anybody is. That one ripped out into right field. That one tailing foul. You know what they say, right size, wrong shape.
Been a long while. I've seen way back where they've hit the little net on the side there. It's been a while since I've seen that, but when it hits that, it's a home run.
Well, I wonder if that was a little bit taller. That would have been close to hitting it, honestly. But even if it went over, nobody has a good angle. 1-2. That just misses. Good try. 2-2. It's a curious case here because Hates is still dangerous behind her, even though she doesn't have the same numbers. You almost think maybe it's not a bad idea to pitch around her, but I know they're coming right after her, and if you can get it out here, that'd be huge for your confidence moving forward. That's well outside. And that's what I was thinking, like a spot like that where even if she makes contact, she's not going to be able to drive the ball out of the park.
Right.
If she makes contact off the outside corner, and first base being open makes me a lot less likely to want to give her something to hit. Payoff pitch, and she fouls it off again, battling. She's a little frustrated with herself. I think she liked that pitch a little bit more as cameraman getting in perilous position over there.
And the catcher using this time while the umpire gets some fresh softballs to go out and say, hey, reminder,
hey,
nothing good. It's okay. We have first open. You don't have to.
Do not allow the entire softball to cross the plate.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad.
Because if you walk her, no big deal.
Right.
We'll take our chances there.
Yeah, Haft on deck is 0 for 1. Here 3-2, and that one out into right, running on, making the catch is Avery Keys, and they do get her out as that was off the end of the bat. Good job by Niebauer and company to get out of this inning with no runs across. We're through 2. Central Springs leading Iowa City Regina 2-0 here on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I want a drink.
And I want this free. And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough
of winning free stuff.
Casey's just gave me these. 'Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
We're back here live as we're getting set for the start of the top of the third inning. I want to remind you, fans, official state tournament merch is available online. Just go to IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. It's IGHSAU.org. And you can tell everybody you were actually here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Park enjoying some softball action. Say, oh, yeah, I saw Central Springs play Iowa City Regina. Look at my shirt.
I saw they had some sweatshirts. Those weren't selling too good.
Not today, they aren't. 0-1 the count. Hey, you could wear it in December or January, maybe.
Yeah, later on. You can get the T-shirts for now.
You buy one for now, one for later. 1-1 here to the 9-hitter, Morgan Gahan. Get to her numbers. Gahan on the season, 198 is the average. She does walk quite a bit as she fouls this one off the screen. Gahan, just a sophomore. One extra base hit was a double this year, but her job is to get on and try to be fast and wreak havoc on the bases. Even though they don't steal bases, they do try to take a lot of extra bases, does Iowa City Regina, when the ball is hit in play. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called and a little off speed. Just the second strikeout recorded by Gahan. And I'll tell you this, Dar, she doesn't overpower you with strikeouts, but she knows where to put all of her pitches to make sure that you are guessing wrong.
Yeah, because that one's coming in and you're thinking, man, that looks chest level, and then boom, it drops out of it.
Late movement.
Yeah,
and even if you swing, it's going to be soft contact because of how much movement there is on it.
You're going to pop it up or dribble it.
And, yeah, it's the depth. She's not just getting side spin. She's getting a lot of depth to the pitches up and down as well, as there's a swing and a miss on the slap from Avery Keys. Keys grounded out to the second baseman, Abby Pate. First time up back in the first inning. 2-0, Central Springs with the lead. It really just takes getting a base runner on and maybe getting a hold of one. 2-0 is not insurmountable. The pitch from Cooper Clausen, that's well hit, well struck, but Haft over to first in time because, as mentioned, you cannot forget about the defensive caliber of this Central Springs team. That's a tough play running up the middle, scooping it and throwing out maybe the fastest runner in this lineup.
And how great is it in those first basemen that scoop and being able to get down and get that ball, dig it out if you throw it a little low.
Yeesh. If you look at some of the scores that Central Springs has been putting up, it's tough to Danny Laughlin is in there for a strike 0-1. Laughlin did get a hit, doing her best slap hitting, bouncing one just in front of home plate, and by the time it even got to the glove of the shortstop Haft, she was already at first base with her speed. The 0-1 here. That's popped up. Underneath it is Pate. She's got it. I'll get to my analysis of the scorebook here for Central Springs, but after a very quick 1-2-3 inning, we'll head to the bottom of the third. 2-0 in favor of Central Springs over Regina here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
relentless.
At your service.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
It is Central Springs with a 2-0 lead as they'll bring up 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Ashlyn Haft, Madison Kelly, and Lizzie Hammond to face Emma Niebauer in Iowa City, Regina. The last time a team has scored multiple runs on Central Springs was the 24th of June, and that was Rockford to 3.
It's Rockford, Illinois, huh?
Yeah, 20-3.
20-3.
They won 20-3. That was the last time somebody scored multiple runs.
Yeah, but in that second game it was only 12-0, so Rockford came back a little bit.
They made up some ground there. Niebauer lines up for the first pitch to Haft. And I mention that because they're already up 2-0, and it will take multiple runs even just to force a tie at some point. And third base umpire, Terry Giaffretti, saying something to not just the defense, but also the pitcher, Mike Christner, chatting. 1-1 the count, I think, is what they were calling.
Yeah, he didn't hold out the arm for an illegal pitch, but he was.
Whatever it is, it is.
Sometimes when you separate too early, they tell you give you kind of warn you on the separation of the hands.
Well, either way, they have adjusted the count to 2-0.
Oh, they did? Okay,
so
so
maybe
he must have given illegal, yeah.
Yep, so.
They took a strike off the board.
So Terry Giaffretti at third base saw something that he didn't like, and now it's a 3-0 pitch. Haft, first time up, flew out to center. If you're going back, how many games have they played since then, Emery? Well, Rockford again in that doubleheader on the 24th, then 16-0 and 18-0 against Northwood as this is grounded up. The middle base hit on 3-0, green light, why not? You're not going to see that too awful much at the softball level. Usually a 3-0 is a definite take, but she said, nah, I'll just go ahead and swing.
And then Newman Catholic, a state tournament team.
5-0.
Closest 5-0.
That's the close. Yeah, you're right. Clarksville did score 1 run off of the pitcher Cooper Clausen.
And they've been a perennial that's been down here. They didn't make it this year, but
they're a typical powerhouse for sure. And then they beat Osage. This has popped up on the infield. Who's it going to be? And the shortstop ranging over Allie Clark, the second baseman, looked to be in position, but the shortstop, Supple, does have jurisdiction usually on a ball that either of them can get to, and she puts it away for the out. So P6 or F6, depending on how you like to ride it, as Madison Kelly goes down. Kelly homered first time up, so that's a big out. Runner stays at first. And then they went 10-0, 12-0, and 10-0 in the region to get to state, and then went 6-0 with a no-hitter from Clausen for good measure in their first game against Mount Ayr here at state yesterday. That's just I don't know if you can get more dominant in terms of the scores than that. It's not impossible, but I mean, it's a mountain to climb for sure, even at 2-0, as that's inside. Like, how often do you feel like, okay, we basically have won, we feel like we have won the game when the leadoff batter hits a leadoff home run? Because teams just don't score against them. The 2-0. This ball flared foul out of play, right side. 2-1. Lizzie Hammond is the batter. She's 0 for 1, flew to center on what was a great diving catch by Danny Laughlin, charging in on a ball that seemed destined to land in front of her.
And the key here is to try to make a play, if you can race the lead runner and get back in without giving up another run in this inning.
The 2-1. That's up and away. 3-1. We talk about 2-0 feels insurmountable, but it is a bloop and a blast sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iowa City Regina has hitters. They know what to do. Get some base runners on. It takes one mistake, one bad pitch, one good piece of hitting. As that's low, ball 4, 5-pitch walk issued to Hammond. First walk from Niebauer, and now Aurora Steepleton will bat with runners on first and second. Now, what you don't want to have happen is another crooked number goes on the board if you're Iowa City Regina, because, we talk about 2-0 feeling like a mountain. 4 or 5-0. Yeah, you just don't want to be in that scenario. First pitch, ground ball, shortstop, over to second for 1. They turn the double play, big time 6-4-3, and they get out of the jam. So just like that, Regina gets it done. Now can the bats get to Cooper Clausen when they come out for the top of the 4th? Through 3, it is Central Springs 2 and Regina 0 here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Cooper Clausen back out there to pitch. She's only thrown 34 pitches in 3 innings of work, has given up just the 1 hit. And that's coming on the heels of what was a no-hitter against Mount Ayr yesterday and a 6-0 win to get Central Springs into the semifinal. But Regina keeps holding off the bats after 2 of the first 3 batters in the Central Springs order hit home runs in the first. It's still just 2-0, and Courtney Kessler takes a ball 1-0. Kessler will be followed by Emma Niebauer, the pitcher, and then the shortstop, Gabby Supel, both of which have been very busy defensively. The 1-0. Now there's a good changeup, but just comes in a hair high, maybe outside. 2-0. William University head softball coach Mike Krishner calling the balls and strikes for this particular game. 21 full seasons there at WPU. He's also one of the assistant athletic directors.
Seems odd, though, a coach being an umpire, though. Although coaches always know what the pitch is, don't they?
I mean,
from the dugout.
So. If you ask Mike Krishner, he should have been umpiring William Penn's games for the last 21 years. 2-1 the count to Kessler, who grounded to third first time up. This is a chopper up the middle. What a rangy play by Hafe, but no chance to get her at first. It was a good effort, but could not quite get her done. It'll be an infield hit. Second one of those in the game, and that's going to give you confidence against a pitcher that just does not give up a lot of hits. You'll see the play. It's a great rangy play by Hafe that's next to the second base bag from short, but then to turn her hips and try to make a Patrick Mahomes-style throw. That's an impossible play.
Hard to do.
And she still almost got her. And a good effort on the stretch at first by Hammond.
But for Regina, you look for those things, those signs that maybe you can a little crack here in the defense.
First pitch inside to Emma Niebauer, trying to help herself out. She flew to center last time up. And that's the thing here. We talk bloop and a blast. You're not thinking like, yeah, I got to hit a home run to be useful here, because this team, obviously Regina, they hit the ball pretty well, but they don't hit home runs typically. Right back at her, knocked down. She's got to play it first and misses the throw. Going to third now is Kessler, and going to second is Niebauer.
Well, that was almost disaster because Kessler was standing there at second, didn't realize it got over past the first baseman, and the runner made the big turn there, but finally she took off and there was enough time to get over there.
So we'll see the replay here. I mean, first of all, good job by the pitcher Clausen to get her glove down and protect herself, because that was a liner right at her midsection.
And those throws the short throws are sometimes the hardest because you don't want to rear back and fire it. And it looked like she was just trying to lob it in there, and it kind of looped on her a little more, you know.
And you know, even at the Major League Baseball level, a lot of pitchers struggle throwing to first base because it's such a different look than what they're usually doing.
You can't just rear back and fire sometimes. You just got to loop it in there, and she tried that and just a little too much loop-de-loop.
So here you go. With nobody out, you have your number 5 hitter with the tying run at second. She shows bunt and takes a strike, 0-1. And for Cooper Clausen, not many times this year has she been in a spot where she's really had to hunker down and get 3 outs in the middle of a jam.
Well, any run you get across with you got to get one, at least one with 2 outs here. And if you get 2, that's a bonus because you tie it up.
Absolutely. Got to take advantage. Not sure when you're going to get another opportunity. She pops up the bunt attempt, though. Foul grounded, is caught by Kelly. And, you know, that hurts so bad.
Yeah, that's the absolute worst thing to happen in that situation for him.
And I understand, like, the thought process is you just want to make sure you make contact and put it in play and make the defense maybe try to make a throw to first and maybe try to come and score the runner behind there, like a safety squeeze style. But, man, that is tough to ask a middle-of-the-order batter to lay down a bunt in that situation with first base open.
And some of that's a pitcher, too. They know they're going to bring it in chest high, so they kind of get under
on top of it. Yeah. So –
all the thinking going on here.
Hindsight 20/20 on whether or not that's a good idea to bunt with your number 5 hitter, but either way, you're going to have to come up with a hit one way or another, and somebody's going to have to do that, and why not Kennedy Connor, who was hit by a pitch last time up. She takes a swing and a miss this time, 0-1. Connor kind of shook off as she was hit in the elbow and was run for by the flex player that she's batting for, Allie Clark, back in that second inning. That misses. 1-1. So not only did you muster up an infield hit on what almost was a great defensive play, but then you got a rare error from this defense.
And from the pitcher.
Right. So now, I mean, like, you're just trying to put it in play and try to, as you mentioned, get one in. Ground ball right side, that'll get the job done to get one.
Yep.
Here is the little underhand flip to first, and you'll take that for Central Springs as well.
And that's absolutely what we want it, right side of the field, so there's no way they're going to throw that runner out coming from third.
Yeah, that's a great play all the way around, and it's a good job by Abby Pate ranging over and making sure they get the out, because now you're 1 out away from still having the lead when you go back to the bat rack at the in the bottom half of this inning. So runner at third now is Niebauer, and Lacey Chambliss at the plate. Takes a strike. She had a successful sacrifice bunt first time up. Now she's going to have to swing the bat. Is Chambliss. Mentioned just a .224 batter on the season. It has been apt to strike out, but was able to make contact and get the job done last time. Can she do it one more time here? The 0-1. Outside, good frame attempt by Kelly to try to pull it back over the corner, but Mike Christian not buying it.
Yeah, on that little riser, she kind of held. She thought about it, but
yeah, and that's good plate discipline by a freshman there.
It's a tantalizing pitch to try to hold off on.
Just looking to try to get a ground ball and try to leg it out, or hit a liner out into the outfield to score what would be the tying run, which stands 60 feet away at third. 1-1. Clausen looks in. Fires. Catches the black of the plate. Chambliss wasn't too big of a fan of that strike call, but came back with the heater. And you wonder if you might see that in the exact same spot again, because even if she swings and it gets the bat around on it, it will not be quick contact or hard contact, you wouldn't think.
Well, and for her, she just needs to protect that, too. If she fouls it off, that's okay right now.
For sure. 1-2. Clausen looking in, looking for the out pitch. And good check. That one leaked too far outside and high. And, again, credit to Chambliss for being able to keep those hands strong and not bite.
Good, right idea. You had it there. She's trying to get a reach back out again.
Pitch. Inside.
Oh, she came in. That was a nice, just a little off the inside there, but that was inside and low.
3 balls and 2 strikes. This is a pressure cooker situation here. First base is open, so not a whole lot of harm for a walk, but you know Clausen's not thinking that right now. Here's a 3-2. Popped up and out of play. How about this from a freshman batting .220 on the season?
Hang there once
against a pitcher with a sub .6 earned run average. Unbelievable. 7th pitch of the sequence to Lacey Chambliss. Clausen gets the sign. Fires. Misses. Ball 4.
That did not miss by much, I don't think.
And Clausen yelled at Madison Kelly behind the plate. She said, "Is that high?" Either way, it's a ball. Ball 4. First walk issued. She does not walk many. 1 walk every 5 innings or so. And her first walk issued on balls in the game. Runners on the corners now for the 8th batter, Jillian Panther. She struck out swinging last time up. First pitch. That's inside and low. You know, and this is what we were saying. They don't play the games on paper. Clausen kind of laboring through this inning after the error, has not been, located well. And if it wasn't for that bunt pop out, who knows exactly how this inning would have gone. Either way, 1 run is already in and another lingering over there at third, as this is going to be in the dirt. The runner will take second, a pump fake. He'll throw back to third, but Niebauer wasn't really too far off at all.
No, not far enough away from. And Panther was kind of telling her,
right,
it's here, don't go. That's part of your job at the plate is let them know where that ball is.
So now Chambliss in a second on what will be a wild pitch. And it's 2-0 now to Panther. And first base again open, so if you want to be careful, you can. That paints the black of the plate on the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Now Morgan Gahan, the sophomore, is on deck. And if you're wondering who would you rather face, Gahan, a sub-200 average under the Mendoza line on the year. So you could be careful with Panther here if you want. Gahan also was a strikeout victim, and she lingers on deck. Strike on the outside corner, so she's painted both corners on back-to-back pitches, and now a 2-2 count. And Panther is going to be forced to have to protect.
But knowing Clausen, I think she just wants to do the work on the batter and get it done.
That's
she's
true.
not thinking about
she's not
I'm
pitching
going to work
anybody.
around her. No, I'm going to come at this batter and get it done.
The 2-2. Way high. That one kind of stuck in the hand. She wanted the off speed, and those sometimes are hard because you're wanting them to roll off the entirety of your hand, and sometimes it just sticks in there a hair too long.
And you want the high one to kind of make them go after it on that 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, it just started way too high. But now it's full, 3-2 the count to Panther. The pitch. Popped foul again. So how about this? The freshman Chambliss sees 7 pitches, eventually earns herself a walk. And now Jillian Panther will see a 7th pitch. And it looked like Clausen just called her own pitch to Kelly.
Yeah, we talked so much about Central Springs not striking out and being good at the plate, and here we're seeing it from Regina right now.
Whatever Clausen said to Kelly, I think she called her own pitch here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what it is. Payoff. Foul tipped.
Ooh.
It was a check swing foul tip on the inside, and Clausen then asks Kelly, was that a strike? And she said yes with a thumbs up. So we'll do it again. I don't know if they'll go to the same spot, but that's a good spot, that inside corner, if they can find it again.
Yeah, took a little off it too. Now she did it again. She's
calling her own pitch from the circle. On the rubber, another payoff. Foul tipped again. Mike Krishner wore that one on his bicep. And a 9th pitch of the sequence. This is the number 8 batter in this order. And we talked about Regina has 11 losses, but the competition that they face on a game-to-game basis, they are prepared for good teams, and they are really making Clausen work here. 9th pitch of the sequence, and she is again, and this is a different pitch, I think. She's been calling different pitches. The 3-2. Line drive up the middle, a base hit. 1 run is in, a 2nd run on the way. The throw to the plate is cut off.
Oh, man, I think that was going to be close if she doesn't cut it.
I don't know what I think Kelly looked in the dugout immediately and was like, that ball needs to get here because I think we would have had her.
Yeah.
It was Kalia Fessler came up firing, and it was a good one. You spent all this time, Emery, talking about how hard it is to score a run, let alone 2 runs, against this pitcher and this team. And Regina, with the bottom of the order coming through, has now put 3 up.
Here it is as it comes through. And, yeah, she cuts it there. But shouldn't the catcher be – whoop.
Oh, here's a fly ball out in the right field. Ranging over and catching it is Aurora Stapleton.
Shouldn't be the catcher's call whether to cut it or not.
She would have vocalized it a little bit better, I think. But either way, 3 are across. Jillian Panther, a 2-run single, gives Regina a surprising 3-2 lead. We're halfway home, though. Still plenty of time left after the Gay and fly out. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Central Springs down by a run now here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are
so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively,
relentlessly
At your service.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
So it was 3 runs, 1 earned on 2 hits, an error, which was a big error, and it was by Clausen, the pitcher, who fielded a line drive right back at her, but then was wide on the throw to first. And then 1 was left on base. The big hit, it was an RBI ground out by Kennedy Connor, but a 2-run single after a 9-pitch at bat by the 8-hitter, Jillian Panther, who on the season had just 13 RBIs and only 2 extra base hits. She did have a solid average on the season, but that is not the kind of player you expected to have 2 RBIs in that kind of spot. She comes through, and now Central Springs, who's been dominant all year, this is the first time they've given up multiple runs in a game since the 24th of June. And it's 1-1 now to Abby Pate, the number 6 hitter in this order, who popped out to short first time up back in the first inning. Dar Danielson, I'm Emery Songer. Dar, I'm trying to play that inning through there, and you talked about it. It was really the pluckiness of the bottom part of that order just hanging in there.
Again, and kept battling away.
Big swing and a miss on the changeup. Niebauer gives up.
How many would she foul off? About 3 pitches, too, before she got the hit?
She did. She fouled off on a 2-strike count, fouled off 3 different pitches, and barely. One of them got a check swing piece that stayed at home plate. The other one ricocheted off the umpire. What an at-bat by Jillian Panther. That ball hammered out into the left center field gap. That'll be at least a single. Taking a big turn and going to second. I think she thought she hit that better than she did, and she is out. First base coach just puts his hands in the air. I think she thought she hit that ball better than she did. She saw gap.
I've seen that a couple times with players that hit there, but if it doesn't hit the fence and come off at an odd angle, they're going to.
And I don't think
the throw here.
I think she just saw where it was going. I don't think she saw how far it was. I mean, that was an easy play.
Yeah, it didn't go as far to the fence even as.
Go 8-4 on the out at second. As that ricochets off home plate and right into the face of Courtney Kessler, the catcher, and home plate umpire Mike Krishner will buy her a little bit of time so she can shake that one off. Charlie Fessler's the batter, and she's 0 for 1. She grounded to shortstop.
Niebauer's laughing about it a little bit.
So anyway, I play rec league baseball, and I see a ball hit to the gap. I know I'm not hitting it hard enough to take 2 bases.
Yeah.
Abby Pate's thinking that ball's in the gap. I get 2. As there's a check swing, it's going to be called a ball.
It didn't hit and roll either, and she didn't.
Right.
But she had committed. She was going full speed.
She's thinking, she sees it off the bat, headed that direction, and she's thinking, she didn't even look at it after that. She's like, I'm going to second, and she was out by plenty. Those are the kind of little things, though, Dar.
Run yourself out of an inning.
And you're losing now. So, I mean, every base runner matters. But now it's still bottom of the 4th. They still have 11 outs.
Only time to settle down and come back at it.
And too many good hitters to think about this game being out of reach, obviously only down by 1. But, man, that is a quick change of events for a team that it's been almost a month since they've given up, 4 full weeks that they have not given up more than a single run in any game. In fact, they'd only given up 1 run since then in like 9 or 10 games. It's 3-1 now to Charlie Fessler, the freshman. Zari McDonough is the on-deck hitter. It comes in a little high. Second walk issued by Niebauer. A limit damage is Fessler is going to be lifted. The flex player is Clausen. I can't imagine Clausen will be coming in to run, and she will not be. So this will be a pinch runner. Charlie Fessler will be allowed to re-enter at some point. And it will be Allie Schiff, a freshman.
And we've seen when Regina's had a chance to make some defensive plays, they've made them. They had that double play, you know.
That was a huge double play.
The first inning, you get 2 over the fence. There's no defense for that, unless you can climb the wall. But you know, but here since then, they've you know, the defense has made plays when the ball's been in play. That's been a big key too.
Absolutely. 1 out, runner on. This is a ground ball through the left side. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to look to second, but Schiff is there in time. And that makes you think if Pake just holds up at first base, now station to station, the bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out. Mm-hmm.
But instead, you got to take what you can get now. 2 singles, by the way, for the freshman, Zari McDonough. How about that for a freshman here at the state tournament?
So then you got the 9 and then the top here.
And then you got the dangerous top of the order. So if Ryan is productive here, you could have multiple runners in scoring position. She had a sacrifice bunt first time up. She takes one right down the pipe, 0-1. So no official at bat yet for Ryan. She is looking at first-year head coach B.J. Fessler, and what a job he's done this year in his first year at the helm for this perennial powerhouse in 2A. As this is off the fists in foul territory, it'll land helplessly next to the on-deck hitter, which is Kalia Fessler. All you're trying to do is just move them along, and now with 2 strikes, the bunt out of play. Carly Ryan, the junior, will dig back in. Really operates as a second leadoff hitter. See if she can do so. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good pitch off the outside corner by Niebauer. That is her first strikeout of the game.
And you get a little defense behind her, and, you know, she's recovered after those 2 homers in the first inning and starting to find her spots a little bit here.
Well, she's got a challenge in front of her now with runners on first and second, and Kalia Fessler, who hit the first of those home runs to lead off the game in the first, and then she flew out to right field in the second. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, and they pitch it way outside 1-0. And this is, even with first base not open, it's, you know, and you're messing with fire because Hayes hit a solid single up the middle.
You're careful is what you are. You're careful.
You're careful because there's 1 base open on the base paths, but you still have a really good hitter behind her. And that is also outside. They're trying to dance around her, and she's not going to give them. She's not going to offer at those pitches that far outside. You're going to have to get it closer unless you just really want to pitch around her. 2-0. And that's too far outside as well. So it's pretty clear what the idea is. You don't want to let her beat you here, and you're going to put your eggs in the Haft basket, if you will.
Kind of the intentional walk without the, you know.
See if she'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
3-0. And that's inside ball 4. I don't think that's where that ball was intended, but
no.
That's the 3rd walk issued, and that one is kind of the intentional, unintentional walk, and now Haft comes up with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
And you got, bases loaded, so you got a ground ball. You can go anywhere with it. Get the easy out.
And Haft does not have the power that Fessler has, at least on paper. Haft does have 7 homers on the season, but the average isn't near, I mean, it's 450. So, I mean, like, it's similar. Like, it's not quite as high as Fessler's, but it's still pick your poison here, these 1-2 batters, and they say Haft is the one that they want. So we'll see what she can do here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch. Big swing and a miss, and you know that she was thinking, I'm going to get a pitch to hit here. And instead she got a drop ball that finished outside the zone, so a little too eager there from Haft.
And you do go righty to righty now, too, with you walking the left-hander. That might make a little difference.
For sure. And it also, psychologically, she hit a home run off of me already.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Haft just hit a single. This is well outside, 1-1. And that one was like, will she help me on 1-0-1? I'm not going to throw her a meatball again. She's up there hacking, but you have nowhere to put her. That's the thing. So you can't be too wild here.
Because the walk ties it up.
And you don't want to do it that way. Down the middle, but she took so much off of that changeup. And that's pitching right there, right? I'm not just pounding it with fastballs and everything. That time she's thinking I'm getting another fastball, and she came with the slowest pitch she has. And now she's one strike away from getting out of a bases-loaded jam. Wow. Swing and a miss on the curve. How about the off-speed from Emma Niebauer? And that's why they pitched around Fessler. She felt confident she could get Haith with the stuff that she had, and the righty-on-righty made a big difference on that last pitch. It is 3-2. Iowa City Regina trying to pull off a big upset here, headed to the 5th on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
First pitch from Cooper Clausen to the leadoff batter, Avery Keys, is a line drive to center field and a base hit. Keys is now 1 for 3. Before we set you up for the rest of this inning, did you know that Central College has you covered with career-building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision you can make. Apply today at central.edu. Big thanks to Central College for sponsoring our broadcasts here from the state softball tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Cooper Clausen characteristically gave up 3 runs in that last inning. Only 1 was earned as the slap-hitting left-hander Danny Laughlin takes the ball 1-0 as she runs through the box. She does have one of the hits, an infield hit. They only have 3 hits due to the Regals, but they were able to line them up with that error and a walk that was mixed in and a clutch 2-run single by the 8-hitter Jillian Panther at a 9-pitch at bat as there's a good sacrifice bunt attempt. The throw to first not going to be in time and wide of the mark. As they were second baseman, Abby Pate was a little late coming over to first. So that will be a successful sacrifice for Laughlin. So give her the sac bunt, but it goes E5 on the throw.
And Coach Kessler, it was stop all the way at third. They're not going to – she doesn't want to run them out with no outs and runners at second and third.
With the meat of your order coming up.
Yeah, and the meat coming up. So she put the stop on there. Well, defensive seemed to spark Iowa City Regina here, so let's see if they can pull up Central Springs can pull up a big defensive play and get out of this inning.
Yeah, now see, like you're thinking now where you are in the batting order because Haith was the last out. You're going 3, 4, 5 next inning. You got a while until you get back to the top in Kalia Fessler. So if you're thinking about that, right, you have to make sure that you get out of this with nothing across. Because
Kelly hit a home run too. He's coming up, right?
Right, but you don't want to be down 4 or 5.
Right, yeah, you don't want to give up too many here.
Because then it might be the 7th by the time you get back to the top of the order. Yeah. So you already know you need 1. You really got to do everything you can here to try to avoid anything crazy happening.
No big inning is what,
They're going to intentionally walk Courtney Kessler to set up a force at every base, and that's probably the smart idea if you're trying to avoid any run scoring. Infield comes in, so anything hit to them, they'll come home for the force out. And Emma Niebauer is up. She is 0 for 2. First pitch to her is up and away, 1-0. By the way, that intentional walk, the second walk that is issued to the Regals from Clausen, even though she didn't throw any pitches, putting the force out in play at all 3 bags. The 2 really big errors for Central Springs defensively, very uncharacteristic for them. The 1-0, fouled, straight back, 1-1. Niebauer flew to center in the first, and then hit a little chopper, or it was a liner really, back to Clausen, who knocked it down, but her throw to first base was wide, and that really kick-started the rally last inning. A Regal at every base. The 1-1 on the way. Ground ball to short. Takes a horrible hop. Took a horrible hop. 2 runs are going to score. The throw on its way home. She didn't touch home plate, but they didn't see her, and then they throw it away into left field. Another runner is going to score, and it's falling apart here for Central Springs.
And you know that's
a horrible hop.
Yeah, I mean, you get a Major League All-Star, and that kind of hop, you're not going to catch it. It just bumped right up over the top of her.
Now, so to recap, it'll be a 2-run single for Emma Niebauer. So give her 2 RBIs. Keys scored from third. Laughlin scored from second, even though Laughlin missed home plate. Laughlin missed home plate on the rebound.
See the replay here.
Yeah, and there's the rebound as there's a first pitch of ball here to Supel. And on the throw home, you see she retreats to hit the bag, but they didn't even think about trying to tag her because they thought she had scored.
Yeah.
And then the throw was E2, allowing Kessler to score, and Niebauer to take second. That ball hit in the air, and going back on it and catching it is Abby Pate for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, the first play was unlucky over the shortstop, but then you compound it by making the throwing error.
And you wanted to understand that, and nobody really, you're not thinking that the runner that just passed you missed home plate.
Yeah.
Because they could have tagged her out and she would have been out, but nobody ever is thinking about that play. We just have it all in front of us. But all of a sudden for it to be 6,
yeah.
That is hit in toward the gap. It's a long run. Nobody's going to get there. Niebauer is going to get to third. She'll stop there. The throw is going to come all the way home, which will allow the runner, Kennedy Connor, to take second. It'll be a single. Niebauer into third, running for herself.
Well, they're forgetting the basics, too. If you throw and get it cut it short, you might have a chance,
because it looked like she
to
was on her way to
runner.
second.
Yeah.
It looked like she was on her way to second. Anyway, you could have gotten her out, honestly.
Yeah.
But still just 1 out. And now if you're Cooper Clausen, she's allowed more than 3 runs, or they as a team, just about a handful of times this year, and not since – this is the most runs they've allowed since they lost to Ames on June 17th for their only loss of the year. They're 32-1. A strike, 0-1. I kept talking, Dar, like a loser about how tough it is to score. And to be fair, it is, and it has been. But they do not play the games on paper. In Iowa City, Regina, up and down the order, great at-bats, taking advantage of mistakes. As there's a strike on the changeup, and it's 0-2. Lacey Chambliss is the batter. She had an amazing at-bat as well last time up. 7 pitches. The freshman was able to work a walk to keep the inning alive, and it was Panther behind her that did the same. Eventually saw 9 pitches and then had the 2-run single to put him ahead.
And there's something about being number one, and you put the pressure on yourself, and then you get too mad at yourself if you do make an error.
There's a good pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3, so Chambliss is down. And that is just the 3rd strikeout recorded by Clausen, 2nd out of the inning. And you still are in range here. Their offense is dangerous. And you know that you're going to get an opportunity here. Middle of the order's coming up. If you can get a couple of runs here in the bottom of the 5th, you're going to be all right, and you're going to have an opportunity. But you just have to limit the damage here, because if these 2 runs score, the difference between 6-2 and 8-2 is huge.
Yeah, really.
And this was the big hitter last inning, Jillian Panther.
Wow, she's around to bat again. That's how,
That's how fast it took. Panther at the plate after 9 pitches and 2-run single. And she lines up ball to second. Pate can't get it. It's loose. They pick it up. No chance to get the out at first base. Off the fist. That was just in a perfect spot. Pate tried to dive and make the play. Could not.
That's just the same, as they say in soccer, unlucky. You know, like it was over to short. Now that one, she made a great attempt to get it, but – and then the thing is, it was so far away, the first baseman couldn't get it and step on the bag.
Right, so that makes it 7. As you see, the first baseman has to go get it, and you're thinking maybe she could try to turn around and touch first. There's no way, so she has to look at home in case the second run tries to come in. And now the 9th batter of the inning. This is up and in, 1-0. Trying to do the math in my head here. I think just the first 3 runs of the inning are earned. Anything that scores after this would not be. As this popped up left side, and the shortstop Hafe makes the catch. 9 batters come to the plate, 4 runs score, and an upset is brewing here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Central Springs down 7-2, having a 32-1 record. And they'll need to get the bats going quickly when we come back here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Services!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
7-2 is the score, and it's Iowa City Regina trying to pull off a huge upset against one of the most dominant teams in any class all year long. Central Springs 32-1 coming into this game. A team batting average that is the highest in the state, and relatively speaking, not real close. They have power, they have great defense, and a pitcher that has a sub .6 earned run average.
And they don't make many errors. And,
and 3 errors on the scoreboard. They've given up 7 hits, and they're down 7-2. And that's why they play the game,
but
Dar.
the good thing is they have 3 at-bats left for them.
They have 9 outs at their disposal. Everybody in the order will get at least one more shot here, but they need to start putting some offense together now. They left the bases loaded last inning. Can they get to Emma Niebauer as this one hits her in the thigh on the second pitch? Madison Kelly, who homered first time up, is a hit batter and gets on base, and you'll take a base runner any way you can get him if you're Central Springs. And it looks like Kelly, the catcher, will get her courtesy runner out here. The courtesy runner brought to you by IMT Insurance. Oh. You didn't see that.
See that unintentional collision there between the...
Ellie and Ryan came, and she was looking behind her to get instructions from her coach. Did not see that Courtney is going to look at the younger Kessler and ask, "You all right?" And,
that reminds me, I was umpiring a Little League game one time when something like that happened, and the fans went crazy. The coach, I said, it's 2 kids that accidentally ran into each other. What am I called? Throw them both out?
Right, yeah. By the way, you can learn how to be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Yeah, you think you're worry-free when you're just standing there next to the circle, and then you get run over like a fullback. First pitch called strike here to Lizzie Hammond, the cleanup batter. She's 0 for 1, flew to center first time up, drew a walk last time. Yeah, she was looking behind her as she was running, and then she was nice enough to help pick up her glove and her. But it was a solid collision. As this is off the fist, backing up is the second baseman, Allie Clark, making the catch, and that's the kind of soft contact that Emma Niebauer lives on. Yeah. She is not a heavy strikeout pitcher. She's been doing it already with a couple of runners on, but rounded into a 6-4-3 double play last time up back in the third. She also singled in the first. The pitch. Ground ball, that's up the middle. It's a tough play, and it gets through. That's a base hit. 2 runners are on. That was going to be tough for Supple. We'll see if they rule it an error, but she had to cover a lot of ground and try to get a glove on it, and I don't think you can
I don't think she even got a glove on, I don't
think you can assume she would have made an out even if she's able to snare that.
Because you got to make,
Because she wouldn't have been able to get the second and get the out. So I think that's going to be an infield hit.
You see it coming right by there, yeah.
And they do give it a hit. So an infield hit, or I guess it made it to the outfield. But either way, 2 runners are aboard with 1 out for Abby Pate. First pitch just misses, 1-0.
Now with 2 runners on and 1 out, you can just settle down, go back to the hitting techniques that have gotten you here, where you don't strike out, you look for your pitch.
And Pate last time got a hit, just tried to stretch it into a double and was thrown out second base. 1-0, that's hit hard. Deep center field, backing up is the center fielder, and making the catch is Danny Laughlin. She's been good out there. She's excited about it, too. She got a good read off the bat there. Pate, that's probably why Pate thought she had a double last time, because she does, when she gets good metal on it, she's expecting that ball to go to the wall, but there.
And with that wind we had earlier in the day, that might have pushed it over the 200-foot fence there, and then we're talking, a 2-run ball game, but.
Instead, it's just the second out. Good play by Laughlin, as we're going to get a Charlie Fessler is not going to bat here.
Casey Crum looks like.
Casey Crum, a freshman, is going to come in. She's a .308 hitter. She has struck out 12 times, only walked 4 times, but she does have 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, and a home run.
And she was 1 for 1 pinch hitting in the quarterfinal. So.
All right, so Casey Crum it is with 2 outs, and so a freshman replacing a freshman. Fessler was 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch, ground ball, left side, tough play. It takes a bad hop again. Around third, on her way home, and scoring standing up. They will hold the runner at second, Steepleton, but that was very similar to the play that we saw. And again, I don't know if she's able to get an out, even if she makes the play there, but a run will not score if she can keep it on the infield. And it just took a weird hop and bounced into left field.
And a key defensively there was, you said, they held the runners. They didn't start throwing it around. They go, okay, she's going to be in. Let's just hold it.
So
Don't
go
let
ahead.
them advance.
RBI for Casey Crum.
Goes. Yeah, the way that skidded as it came off the second bounce.
This infield on the left side, man, we are seeing some really gnarly hops.
Yeah, and you can see by the color it's already dry. You know, they put water on to start, but the way we've had the lack of humidity up here has just been drying out quickly, and it gets a little
moundy,
a little
out
hard,
there.
and then moundy. If
So
that's a word, moundy.
We're making it up. Steepleton to second. Crum is at first. Ellie and Ryan was able to get home on the RBI, and it's now 7-3. There's the big changeup, but that comes in high to Zari McDonough, this freshman, 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and you know she would take a third one here to keep this inning alive out of the 8-hole. They get another run or 2 here. There's plenty of time left. Is that the strike inside corner? They're going to throw it out, and it leaks to center. That's an aggressive play by Courtney Kessler from behind the plate.
Fortunately, the center fielder was awake out there and didn't let it dribble by her.
Danny Laughlin making a case for player of the game, even though it's basically all defensive. 1-1 to the freshman, Zari McDonough. 1-1. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. And if you're Niebauer, all you're doing is just trying to get an out, keep it at a 4-run game, and get the offense, which is clicking right now, to get back up there. And it would hurt Central Springs, I think, to leave multiple runners on base again here.
Yeah.
The 1-2. Popped up. Is this playable? It is not. Gets over the screen and into the stands above us.
But going back to Casey Crum, how about that? You're coming off the bench
First
at a tight
pitch.
game. First, she got a hit the other day in the quarterfinal. She takes, you get a hit. So
she didn't even wait.
I mean,
First
the
pitch
coach
she
has
sees.
confidence to bring you in, and you deliver. He's going to keep bringing you in these situations.
1-2 the count. The pitch. Ground ball. Little nubber. Niebauer bobbles it. Goes to first. Dropped. Oh boy! And they got it. They got him in a rundown now. And now they drop the ball again, and the run will score!
Holy cow. Crum just leaned over and took a deep breath. She
did not pay any attention to what was going on. She was all the way to
shocked
third.
and thought she'd run him out of the inning.
And then they just told her to stay toward third.
Yeah.
And while the ball was by second base, they sent the runner from third home. So let's recap. I think it's an error at the play.
Yeah.
In the middle. So we're going to start E1. Only 1 earned run in the inning against Niebauer. Niebauer commits the error. Crum was at second on the play. Going to third on the play was Steepleton. But then when the ball was missed at first base on that throw,
Crum came on over to third, right?
Steepleton eventually decided to come home and score after Crum was already
standing. But they
standing
were both in the area over there before.
And
then they threw to second, and they
could-
drop it. Yeah.
Right, so they should have thrown to third, and they would have probably been able.
They could have doubled them off.
You take one of those two players, you're out of the inning. But instead, they throw to second behind the runner.
Usually, you're trying to get the lead runner too. So
and I mean, you can't practice that. It's such a strange play. But now the 9-hitter Carly Ryan comes up with runners on the corners, and still 2 outs. Wow, we've seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
This is ripped foul by Ryan. She is 0 for 1. Sacrifice bunt in the second, and then struck out swinging in the fourth. And on deck, if they keep this inning alive, is Kalia Fessler, and she would come up with runners on and would at worst be the go-ahead run. We'll see if Regina can survive these mistakes. Oh, beautiful changeup. She goes to it. She has
Crum times over there. Casey Crum, a freshman, is learning a lot of lessons in this inning alone here.
On the base paths especially, yeah.
Now she's got pants full of dirt there. She's calling timeout.
You're calling time. She's got to help herself out.
I mean, we credit her. She got the hit, and then, the base running has been a little suspect, but she's stayed alive.
She's not out yet.
No. Well, that time she had to stumble back into third.
She would love to see this find some grass and not have to worry too much about scoring.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. Way outside, runner goes. They are not going to commit the throw. Now, see, that's a good base running play there as McDonough knows better. Give her a steal, but also Kessler knows better. Is we're not going to throw to second and allow her to try to come home. However adventurous that might have ended up being. 1-2 the count now. Niebauer. Well, that's a rope too quick, Ryan. That's the second time this at-bat that she has absolutely tattooed one quick. So the changeup, she's seeing it. She just cannot wait back long enough to put it in play.
Yeah.
And that's not unusual because as soon as you get that timed up, then you're going to see the fastball, and it's going to go right by you.
That's me. I hit the curveball well because I was so slow swinging,
It was an accident. 1-2. And fouled off again. Another good at-bat, this time by the junior Carly Ryan. We talked about Panther. The junior on the other side in the 8-hole comes through with a huge 2-run single after a 9-pitch at-bat. Here we're about to see the 6th pitch of this at-bat to Carly Ryan, and she's just trying to put it in play. A base hit could score 2 and make it a 7-6 ball game. We are not done yet by any means. The 1-2. Way outside. Good eye. She's really starting to rely on that off-speed. You can tell that she thinks that she's got him off balance with the off-speed. It's just can't she locate it for a strike. She'll try again here. 2-2. Ground ball, foul.
Isn't it amazing how just a little error in a throw here or there kind of sucks the momentum out of the team? Regina had it all going, and then on defense they do that.
Just a couple of weird things.
And now they're just fighting to get out of this inning
And it was a comebacker. It was an easy comebacker, and I think Niebauer got ahead of herself, and then the throw was off the mark, and the first baseman couldn't handle it, and then
that's
the
how it
base
started,
running
too,
thing,
with the other side with the pitcher throwing him.
Exactly. 2-2. Hit hard out in the right field, ranging over and ranging back, reaching up. Avery Keys. It was an adventure, but she made the catch and gets them out of the inning. But 2 runs are in, and Central Springs has to feel better about where they stand, but they'll have to get some outs on the diamond defensively. They'll be out there, and Iowa City Regina back to the bat rack with the 7-4 lead when we return on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
I want a drink.
And I want this free. And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough
of winning free stuff.
Casey's just gave me these. Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
All right, so it hasn't been easy for either team defensively, but Avery Keys is at the plate after having made a very important catch, and she's going to ground this one to first. Easy play, 3 unassisted for Lizzie Hammond. But I have to go back and tell you why that is so important. First of all, she almost misplayed it, so she was able to bail herself out, reaching up and making a great catch. Second of all, if that ball gets down for some reason behind her, 2-run score, it's going to be 7-6.
And you probably have another run over at third.
At least at third. Mm-hmm. And then their best player. Kalia Fessler is going to be at the plate with the tying run at third base, and she represents the go-ahead run. She's already homered in the game. As this is going to be a ground ball right back to the same spot. Danny Laughlin, 3 unassisted, so deja vu there. 2 quick outs here, and if Clausing can get a third quick out on the top 3 batters in this Regina order and send that offense starting at the top of the order right back up there, all the momentum is back in the Central Springs dugout. But, like I said, to avoid that from happening by making that catch. Making that adjustment, that is a huge play out there in right field. Anywho, Courtney Kessler's up. The pitch. And there for a strike, 0-1. Kessler was intentionally walked as part of that 4-run fifth. They wanted it was with nobody out, and they wanted to have a force at every base, and it didn't quite work out that way as the next batter, Emma Niebauer, who's on deck right now, had a 2-run single. Swing and a miss, 0-2, and almost it's like Clausen has gotten a little bit of rejuvenation by watching the offense get going.
Saying, hey, we're back in it. We're not out yet.
Mm-hmm. And they know their offense has the ability to score runs. They have scored more double-digit run games than single-digit run games this year. 0-2. That's a ground ball, left side, reached out. Carly Ryan, her throw to first, in time by a step. 1, 2, 3, they go on 6 pitches. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Still 6 outs to work with for the top seed Central Springs Panthers. We'll see what they do. Top of the order due up when we return on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Well, you just never quite know what you're going to see here at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Well, the reason is everything that you think is going to happen, sometimes the opposite happens, and that's what we've seen here. We thought we were in for a low-scoring affair, or if anything, Central Springs was going to put it on. Central Springs is in the clear because they have a pitcher that doesn't give up runs, and they score a ton of runs. They have all season long.
And then you got to think about, too, the stage. You're either going to play for a championship if you win, or you're going to play for a consolation third place if you lose here. And, you know, consolation's nice, but everybody wants the big one.
Well, especially Central Springs. This is their 8th trip here. All these girls know what they're doing up here. They understand what it's like to play here, but some weird stuff has happened. And they know they have an opportunity as the first pitch a ball to Kalia Fessler, who is 1 for 2, a solo home run to lead off the game in the first. There's a strike, 1-1. I know she was with bated breath hoping she could bat with runners on at the end of last inning, and just Carly Ryan flew out to right field, and Avery Keys made a great play on an adjustment on that fly ball that saved that from happening, as this is up over her head and she ducks out of the way. The senior has a...
And here she's not going to see anything super good, hopefully.
I mean, if she does, it's going to be a mistake, because a 3-run lead, you don't want her to do damage against you, but if you go after her, maybe she gets an out. Who knows? But the 3-1 count. Dangerous batter. Niebauer delivers. Strike on the outside corner. So she was dancing around there.
Yeah, but I think she's thinking about it. That was a pretty good pitch, really.
And she's not going to do much with that, even if she can get around. So if Niebauer can find that spot again, she might be in business. But we'll see here. A big payoff to start this bottom of the 6th. The pitch. And she just slaps that same spot, but she slapped it
a little farther outside, but she slapped it away.
And she did not want to take a third strike. Neither side striking out a bunch. Niebauer has 2 strikeouts. Both came in that 4th inning when Central Springs left the bases loaded. Anybody either. As this is popped up left side, who's it going to be? And she never saw it. Chambliss, the freshman at third base, just never saw it.
She had to turn back around, and then it dropped through.
Yeah, it's a tough spot because she has to abandon, like she needs to turn around and sprint to a spot, but she was kind of trying to sidestep her way there and then fighting, the glare and the wind. Either way, Fessler, as she walked back to grab her bat, a deep breath. Another 3-2 on the way. Oh, good tough take.
Yep.
Niebauer thought she had her on the changeup, but it ended up being high. That was a good spot for the changeup there because she's sitting fastball the entire time.
That's what she's saying. She said to her catcher, right, it was right there, just about there,
4th walk that she's issued, but again, I'm with you. I'm not sure that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
You don't.
Because even if she jacks one over. It's just one run, but it flips that momentum more too.
And you put more energy into it all of a sudden, and yes, she's at first. Let their best bat beat you. Now,
and then you just got to get 2 runs in with no outs here, and yeah.
So now can Haft continue that momentum because you have another big power bat on deck in Madison Kelly, and if you have 2 on, now all of a sudden you have a game. But this is popped up on the first pitch. Who's going to call it? It'll be the shortstop, Supel, and that'll be the out. Haft aggressive on the first pitch, but popped out, and that is a huge first out. And now with Kelly, you could probably be pretty careful as well. Not that Hammond and Steepleton can't hit behind them, because they definitely can, but Kelly's already got you one, too. She's hit a home run in the first inning as well.
She's hit one over the Iowa City sign out there in right field, so.
And that was opposite field. Ton of power here. First pitch low, 1-0. Now, she was hit last time up, so she homered in the first, popped out to short in the third, and then was hit by a pitch. Her runner, Elian Ryan, after she took out the catcher accidentally as she ran out to go to first base, eventually would score. This is off the fist, playable, and it'll be the catcher, Courtney Kessler, making the play in foul ground. So 2 pop-outs on the infield after the Fessler walk. And, that really gives the momentum back into Regina's on the field for Regina because, you have dodged a huge bullet by getting through the top third of this order.
Yeah, then you come down, it's 3 outs to 3 outs there, and you have the lead. So
right. Now you still have to get the cleanup batter, Lizzie Hammond, who also can hit. Although it has been an empty night for her so far. Hammond 0 for 2, flew out to center in the first, walked in the third, and then popped out to second in the fifth.
The thing I noticed with Kelly, she had her heels back on where that line is in the box. Now the other batters are tighter in on the plate more.
Yeah, Kelly was trying to get it to where she could extend her hands, but I think it probably hurt her a little bit because it was off the end of the bat on that pop-up that she just had. So she's popped out twice now, so it looks like Niebauer and the catcher, Courtney Kessler, have been using that against her. As there's a solid pitch on the off speed there for the first strike, 2-1. 2 outs. Runner at first base is Kalia Fessler. 7-4, Regina with the lead. The pitch. This is popped up as well off the inside of the hands. And communication, again, it's going to be Supel making the play. So after the leadoff walk to Fessler, 3 pop-outs, and just like that, Regina's 3 outs away from the upset. Now they'll look for some insurance when we come back at the plate with that 7-4 lead right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Emma Niebauer is going to lead off against Cooper Clausen, who seemed to settle back in that 6th inning. 83 pitches thrown so far from Clausen and 57 strikes, 26 balls. She's located pretty well, but the balls in play have been solid hits, weird bounces, or 3 big errors. This ball hit high into the air into center. Kalia Fessler has it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, the first error self-inflicted by her is the throw over to first. So.
Right, both pitchers have made a tough error, which has allowed runs to score in this game. It's all about leaving that in the past. Regina has a 3-run lead and just looking to tack something on as Gabby Supel, who's been very busy at shortstop, looks to get on base for the first time. Pop out to second. She tried to bunt and popped out to the catcher, Kelly, back in the 4th, and in the 5th, she popped out to the second baseman. So 3 pop-outs and 3 at-bats. 1-0 the count to her here. She's played a good defensive shortstop, even though she's had a couple of bounces that have been tough for her to handle. It's been tough for everybody to handle on the left side of the infield.
Yeah.
She hits this into center. Running on, Fessler's there. Quickly 2 away. How quick have these last 2 innings been already?
Yeah.
After Regina in the 4th scored 3 runs, and it was a marathon. It was even a longer inning where all 9 batters got to the plate in the 5th where they scored 4 runs. But in the 6th and so far here in the 7th, Clausen back to what we know her to be, and that is just an out machine. And not even as a strikeout pitcher. She's not typically a strikeout pitcher. She does have solid strikeout numbers on the season, 214 and 131 innings, but she's not overpowering strikeout pitcher. Just 2 strikeouts in this game. First pitch. This is grounded, right side, fair ball, picked up and touching of the base. A 4-pitch inning. She's thrown 10 pitches the last 2 innings. That is incredible, but now it's the last call for the top seed in Class 2A. Central Springs needing 3 runs to send this game to extras, 4 runs to win and go to the state championship game. Can they do it? We'll find out next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Well, so much for Cooper Clausen not being able to reel it in. Last 2 innings, she's thrown a total of 10 pitches to put zeros on the board, and 3 of those outs were ground outs to her first baseman. But now it's all about the bats. They'll go 5, 6, and 7 here. Lizzie Hammond, my mistake. Aurora Steepleton, Abby Pate, and then Casey Crum, I believe, will be the 3rd batter. We'll see, because a re-entry could still happen for Charlie Fessler. First pitch, ground ball, just foul. Third base side for Aurora Steepleton, 0-1. Steepleton is 2 for 3. Singled in the first, grounded into a double play in the 3rd. And in the 5th, singled up the middle and eventually would score a run on one of the weirder plays you'll ever see.
The coach was saying over there as they came out, just base hits. That's what you need. You need to string them along.
Hey, you need 2 base runners for anything to matter. So no matter how you get on, whether it's a walk, whether it's an error, whether it's a line drive, whether it's a home run, regardless, if you're one of the first 2 or 3 batters here, all you're thinking is, I need to get on base. And then maybe you can roll it back to the top and see what they can do. 1-1. Ground ball, left side. Off a few hops, Supple, her throat, not in time. Bang, bang, but she definitely beat it out.
Yeah, deep in the hole over there.
If it bounces 4 or 5 times, even a runner that's not super fast, it's just 60 feet is so quick.
Yeah.
Supple did the best she could, and it was bang bang, as you'll see here, but it definitely was an infield hit for Supple, or Steepleton, because Supple couldn't quite get it in time to first base. So now with the runner at first and nobody out, Abby Pate, who's seen the ball well, although she just has a single to show for it, she's 1 for 3. And this ball popped up right side. Nobody's going to be able to get to it. And Pate takes another deep sigh of relief, knowing she's going to get another opportunity. But the aggressiveness is still there. They are not scared to swing the bats, even though they're down by 3 runs. Pate, the single was weird, too, because I think she thought she was going to hit a double, and it ended up being kind of a soft blooper in the left center field, and she was thrown out by about 5 steps at second base. But pops this one up again. Caught. Nybauer makes the catch for the out. And that's a big first out as Pate is retired. And that brings up, for the second time, Casey Crum. Crum came on as a pinch hitter in the 5th and came through with an RBI single on the first pitch she saw from Nybauer. Runner at first. She still needs to be a base runner here. Tying run is on deck, but she was not looking for the off speed there. Swung right through it, 0-1. And that's the thing. She saw a fastball first time, timed it up well. I love that they remembered that between the battery and the coaching staff, and they called for the off speed.
Throw the off speed to her. She's going to be anxious. The freshman here.
The 0-1 to Crum. And she came back with the fastball elevated and swung right through that for strike 2. A berth in the state championship game against the Wilton Beavers. I mean, and now the bracket totally wide open. New pitch to Casey Crum. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strike 3. 1 out away. That is strikeout number 3 for Neibauer. We have 5 total strikeouts between the two pitchers in this game. Hard to believe. It's up to Zari McDonough, another freshman. She is 2 for 3. First pitch. Outside and low, 1-0. McDonough singled into left field in the second, singled to left field in the fourth, and then hit that little comebacker that created that weird base running situation that eventually there was an error on Neibauer and a run would score. 1-0. Ground ball, just foul. Just foul. A lot of youth still on this team, but the 3 seniors at the top would love to get an at-bat here. It would take McDonough and then Carly Ryan behind her to get on base for Kalia Fessler to come up, and she would at that point be the go-ahead run, the game-winning. A lot of work to do first, though. 1-1. And that's fouled off the screen, and now the top seed Central Springs Panthers are down to their last strike. Can Iowa City Regina, who came in as a pretty heavy underdog, 22-11 on the season, but against great competition, and they had just skated past Van Meter in the first round here, can they knock off the favorites in Class 2A? The 1-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball, left side, it gets through, knocked down, but the tying run will indeed come to the plate. How about the freshman, Zari McDonough? What can you say? She has put it in play all 4 times, 3 hits, and the one that wasn't a hit ended up being a run-scoring play as well. So an infield hit, and again, Supel knocked it down, which is a nice play. It goes first and second, though, and the tying run at the plate is Carly Ryan, who flew deep to right last time up. And Fessler is on deck if they can get to her. First pitch, outside, 1-0. And I like not being so aggressive. You want to swing at the first pitch at this point. Just see a strike.
Take a deep breath.
Yep. Take it easy. You don't want to pop out on a first pitch that you weren't expecting. 1-0 here to Carly Ryan. That's high. It's also base running, right? We've seen some base running blunders from both teams, some defensive blunders. It's a matter of staying solid in both of those. For Regina, if you have a chance to make a play, be solid. If you're on the bases, don't run into an out. 2-0 the count here to the 9-hitter Carly Ryan. This is line drive caught to first. Jillian Panther makes the catch, and that retires the side and ends the ball game. A hang with him there for Carly Ryan. 2 of them on back-to-back at-bats for her. The fly out to right and then the line out to first. And Iowa City Regina gets it done 7-4, and they will play in the state championship game in Class 2A against the Wilton Beavers. Dar Danielson, I was not expecting that to be your matchup here in the 2A final on Friday afternoon.
No, and how about Panther? We were already talking about her as the potential Casey's player of the game if Regina held on, and then she makes that play at the end here to shut it down. And, it's again, we talked about Regina playing the tough competition, but Central Springs just seemed to be on a roll here.
They were. I mean, they didn't look that they could be touched the way that things are happening, but Jillian Panther, she is the star for us. She is your Casey's player of the game. Not only did she make that last catch, and that was a great moment for her, but the real big at-bat was in the 4th inning. They were losing 2-1. We were already talking about how hard it is to score runs off of the pitcher Cooper Clausen for Central Springs, and she goes through a 9-pitch at-bat with 2 outs and 2 runners on scoring position, and then lines a single to score both runners. Regina takes the lead at that point, and even though it got interesting, they never gave up that lead after that. That was the momentum swing of the game.
Right, and it kind of recharged her pitcher and kind of kept things going there. And hats off to Central Springs.
What a season,
we talked about it. You get down here to state, and you never know, a wrong bounce here or there, or just a little nerves or something. But
that's why they play the game, Star. Yep. That's why they play. By the way, Jillian Panther did get an infield hit for another RBI later in the game as well. So 3 RBIs, a couple of hits for, and of course that game-ending catch at first base. She's brought to you by, of course, Casey's General Stores. They sponsor our Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on the local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. Final score, it is Iowa City Regina over Central Springs 7-4. They move on to the Class 2A finals on Friday at 5 p.m. Central Springs will take on North Union. The 1-2 matchup we were expecting to be the championship game is now the third-place game at 3:30 on Friday as well. Dar Danielson, it was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, you too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks to the entire team. And for Dar Danielson, I'm Emery Songer. Thanks so much for being a part of our broadcast. It is Regina, 7-4 over the top seed Central Springs in Class 2A. You watched it live right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.